Hi everyone. This is the clip that I have prepared for you in order to help you to understand the typology of innovation that might be quite useful for your business plan analysis. Okay, as I mentioned in the class, that the interpretation of innovation can be quite confusing due to different kinds of innovations out there, and I think each of you seems to interpret the term according to your own experiences, right? So you know that innovation can be anything new, as the name implied. It can be technology, or it could be new product. And it is true that technological innovation has been, and of course it will likely continue to be, the most obvious form of innovation in business. Innovation comes in a variety of other forms as well, right? So when you look at, for example, small gradual improvement on existing products, it can be change in process or the way you provide services to your customer with some innovation, right? Or if it's groundbreaking technological innovation, that's a given. In many circumstances, you work with new business model that transform industry as well, right? So all of these constitute innovation at various angles, right? Knowing what types of innovation there are for an organization to pursue can really help you discover the ones that are most suitable for your business. And understanding and focusing on the most potential ones not only helps you respond to the changing needs of your customer, but also allows you to improve your ability to grow your business. So I'd like to start with the innovation metrics that simply look at relationship between technology it uses and market it operates. So in this quadrant, you'll find sustaining, disruptive, incremental, and radical. Okay, let's start with one that is low on both ends, on technology, newness, and impact on the market, incremental innovation. Okay, in fact, we realize most innovations are quite incremental, gradually, slowly, continuously improving in the existing concept, product, or service, right? The concept here just a little better than the previous version of the product or service, has only variation on an existing product formulation or service delivery method. Product can be made smaller, easier to use, or more attractive without changing the core functionality of it, and service can be made more efficient through constant improvement. Although incremental innovation doesn't create new markets and often does not privilege radically new technology, it can attract higher paying customers because it fulfills the customer need identified from their behavior or feedback, perhaps, right? And the new look of the product or service can be more appealing to a larger mainstream market, right? So this is a good example. Then look at disruptive innovation, which is a concept that was introduced by the famous Clayton Christensen when he published an article in Harvard Business Review, and it's called Innovator's Dilemma book. Right? Disruptive innovation is a theory that refers to the concept, a product or service that creates a new value network, either by entering an existing market or by creating a completely new market. In the beginning, the disruptive innovation have lower performance when measured by traditional value metrics, but it has different aspects that are valued by a small segment of the market. This type of innovations are often capable of turning non-customers into customers, but do not necessarily appeal to the needs and preferences of the mainstream customer, at least not just yet. Okay, so that's the idea. If you think of disruptive innovation, it could be Netflix, blockbuster, mainstream customer, right? Change completely to Netflix, that sort of idea. Then sustaining innovation is the opposite of disruptive innovation, as it exists in the current market, and instead of creating new value network, it improves and grows the existing one by satisfying the need of a customer. Just like incremental innovation, the product performance of sustaining innovation is made slightly better with every iteration, reducing defect the new improved version of the product can be more expensive and have higher margin than the previous one if it targets more demanding high-end customer with better performance than what was previously available. Traditional business method and sustainable innovation are often sufficient because they are the most profitable and the very tiny low risks. Disruption, on the other hand, typically enable top-line growth, large market share growth, or creation of an entirely brand new market, but aren't really profitable for a long term because it makes sense for disruptor to invest heavily in growth. In this, when you compare the two, sustaining and innovation continue to grow the market slowly but no longer in the same proportion. At this point, the focus shifts to increasing profit. Okay, this is the idea. And the last one is radical innovation. It's rare and has similar characteristic to disruptive innovation, but the only difference is the way that it simultaneously use revolutionary technology and a new business model. Radical innovation solve global problem and address needs in completely new way than what we used to, and even previous solutions to need and problem we didn't know we had, completely transforming the market or even the entire economy. Although radical innovation are rare, there have been more and more of them in the recent past. Technological innovation such as personal computer, internet, example of radical innovation that have transformed the way the entire world function and communicates. And this disruptive innovation provide our society with a platform to build upon, top of leading to highly accelerated economic growth.